intense battle with government forces. Opposition soldiers conducted a room-by-room search, but there is no sign of Colonel Gaddafi.
This is the main base of the Gaddafi. It's called Bab al-Aziziyah.
Yes.
His headquarters here.
Yes.
All the rebels, they are there in his front door. They are there shouting, Allah great, Allah great. They search all the area. Everything is okay.
Street battles have broken out between pro-Gaddafi forces and rebel soldiers elsewhere in Tripoli, and NATO warns the situation in Libya remains dangerous. The 5-month-old air campaign to protect Libyan civilians will be continuing. The celebration over the apparent victory of the Libyan rebels over the Gaddafi regime is not limited to Tripoli. Around here, immigrants with roots in the Arab world are also very happy about the change. Whether they're from Libya or Egypt or other Muslim nations, they welcome this fresh breeze of liberation. CTV's Ron Shaw has more.
There's been massacres performed by this guy.
The reaction is the same throughout the maritime Arab community. The horrors of the Gaddafi regime are remembered, and the success of the revolution is celebrated. Ruqayya Abdel Hamid is from Egypt. The journalism student has watched popular uprisings in her home country, Syria and Libya. She is sad about the bloodshed, but is filled with hope for the future.
I'm hopeful that won't happen again. I'm hopeful that people will remain persistent on demanding for democracy and demanding for a civil nation, and I'm sure they will remain persistent.
Dr. Hadi Saleh is principal of the Maritime Muslim Academy. He came to Canada from Libya in the 1980s and later became an activist calling for the ouster of the Libyan dictator. The events of the last few days have left him with many questions.
How the stability is going to come to Libya, thinking what kind of political regime the country will be. Will Libya be prosperous after this? Is this the end of the suffering and the hardship?
Meftah Abuswer is from a small town in Libya at the heart of the revolution there and is now working on his PhD thesis at Dalhousie University. He has been consumed with worry over the safety of his family.
I have some relatives died, I have some relatives injured, and some of them now have disability.
Ibrahim El-Shanti has been in Canada for 17 years. This halal store, a source of food for observant Muslims, is his latest business venture. He sees the changes taking place in Libya and elsewhere in the Arab world as a return to the real roots of Islam.
For the Muslims, it's part of our religion. We are against dictatorship.
Joy about the winds of change sweeping through Libya has been mixed with concern about the future. Tyrants have been defeated in the past in popular revolutions, only to be replaced by new dictators. This time, they hope it will be different. Ron Shaw, CTV News, Halifax.
Sexual assault charges